kbLIVEstyle. kbLIVE, all the way live. 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 Welcome to kbLIVEstyle. My name is Karrie Benoit-Morales, and this is episode 6. Oh, it's episode 6. Yeah. Finally, we're moving forward. We got 6 episodes. And that is truly exciting because this is a brand new channel. It's a brand new year. Welcome to January 2018. That's when I'm filming this episode, and I've been decluttering all month. The main topic of today is how to declutter your mind, body, and soul. Because your mind is connected to everything that you think. Your body is connected to everything that you act out and feel in the physical world. And your soul, to me, is that attitude. It's what we project from the inside out to others. And sometimes when we're not feeling too great, our attitude might not be too great, or our disposition might not be too great. But if we're feeling really good, our attitude might reflect that, and our disposition might reflect that. So that's a little insight from me into what our soul is. And since this episode is about decluttering the mind, body, and soul, I wanted to give you another quote. Clutter is chaos. It's a suffocating presence that drains us of peace and joy, and instead fills us with fear, hopelessness, shame, and anxiety. So as you know, for the month of January, I have been on a 30-day challenge to physically declutter my home. And I'm still doing that. And I'm so excited about it because we're pretty much all the way through. But for right now, let's go deep. And I will tell you how I declutter mind, body, and soul. I want to share some things I've learned from practical teachers that may be helpful for you, because once we declutter from the inside out and or from the outside in, wherever you start, it feels so good, and it is so good. And I love promoting what's good. There is enough bad in this world. There is enough crazy. I don't want to be a part of the crazy. I want to be a part of the courageous with a K. So where did I start? Well, a couple months ago, I came across an author. Her name is Mel Robbins. She wrote a book called The 5-Second Rule. She's also a motivational speaker, an incredible example of how to pull yourself out of the pit. I love her book. I think my mom introduced her name at some point, so thanks, Mom. My mother always is a great giver of any resources. Kathy B, gotta love you. Anyhow, the 5-second rule starts out with a challenge of just getting up out of bed. And you count backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, up. You do not put your phone in your room. You put your phone in the bathroom or another room. My dog's barking. It's just kind of like jumping in a cold pool. You know it's cold. You know it's going to be uncomfortable. There's no way of kind of easing into it. You got to just jump in. And that's so hard for me. And it's so hard for most of us. But if we want to be successful in life and we want to declutter our minds, you have to start somewhere, and you have to challenge yourself and push yourself to be a little uncomfortable. So thank you, Mel Robbins, for your 5-second rule. I'm getting up earlier. I'm pushing myself to do things that I probably wouldn't do. And I'm also using your journal. So thank you. Another great author that I'm learning from, that I'm being a student of, is Hal Elrod. And he wrote a book called Miracle Morning. And honestly, his book isn't life-changing, but it's definitely something that if you apply it to your life will change. So It is a life application book. He has condensed what the most successful people do in their mornings, and he encourages you to do the same. His life story is amazing, and I really recommend that you watch a video, at least, of Mel Robbins and Hal Elrod if you're trying to change your life. And what does this mean with decluttering? Well, in Hal Elrod's book, he talks about life savers. There's another acronym. I realize on the last video, I gave you an acronym called SPACE for decluttering your space. Now, if you want to declutter your mind and your body, you should use savers, like lifesavers, like the candy. But for Hal, he uses savers as an acronym. The letter S is for silence. Silence and meditation have been used by people throughout time. The ancients, biblically, Western and Eastern philosophy, there has been this emergence of silence being golden. We kind of know that, but how do we practice that? Do you practice that? Do we practice that in a form of meditation, in the form of focusing on our breath, sitting in the silence, not allowing our mind to drift and to wander, but to be still? Are we practicing that on a daily basis? Some people use that silent time to pray. Whatever you use the silent time for, it is so essential to the brain, to the body, to decluttering the mind when our thoughts are rapid fire. And I've been there. Trust me, I've been there. It's so annoying to have a mind that is overactive. So it's great to discipline ourselves and become silent. That's the letter S. And the letter A stands for affirmations. Who do you aspire to be? There is a scripture which is a great affirmation that a lot of people have used is, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That's an affirmation. I can do it. I believe in myself. I am worthy. I am worth it. There are so many types of affirmations, and it's such a great practice to write them down and to say them out loud. I am creative. I am courageous with a K. Whatever those affirmations are, listen to this quote. It is the repetition of affirmations that leads to belief. Once that belief becomes a deep conviction, things begin to happen. And that was a quote from Muhammad Ali. If anybody was high on affirmations, I think he wins. And now the letter V, which stands for visualization. It's one thing to have a vision board, and it's another thing to visualize. When you visualize, you're actually doing a rehearsal in your mind. I used to be in sports in high school, and I got the concept of visualizing myself running and doing the high jump or the long jump and really pushing myself to do better and better. And with good conditioning and training, I was actually able to exceed my own personal bests. And that was my start in visualization. And as a singer, it's been so helpful to think through my performance. If I'm performing a song, how do I want to go through the song? How do I want to look at the audience? How do I want to project and feel in the moment what I'm doing and where I'm at? When I have a really good visualization time, it centers me when I actually have to do it in real life. Even for this YouTube channel, I had to spend some time visualizing this episode and how I would talk about decluttering the mind and the body and the soul, and having confidence to move forward with that idea and film it edit it, and upload it onto YouTube so you can see it and so it can help you. So that's my take on visualization. That's how I do it. And it's so helpful if you rehearse your day on a daily basis to think about what you're trying to do with your day. What are you trying to do with your life? What are you trying to do in the moment? If you're able to kind of rehearse it in your mind, it helps take the edge off. It helps you really be engaged and present for whatever it is you're trying to do or be, or whoever you're trying to meet and impress. Hopefully it can help you be more of yourself and less nervous, reserved, or just unprepared. Letter E is exercise. You have to get your physical body moving. It's one thing to sit down in the morning, but if you're able to work out and really get your heart rate going, get your blood flowing, get your lymph nodes all jiggled and juggled up, then you can experience those endorphins that people talk about when they exercise that help propel you forward through the day and help you have a positive outlook and help you have the oxygen you need. And it really is a no-brainer, but we do need to exercise at least 30 minutes a day. Focused exercise. Try to fit it in the morning. It may be difficult to do, but it's good for you. So the discipline of exercise, let's embrace it. Letter E. Now for the letter R, that stands for reading. Hal mentions in his book that you should try to read at least 10 pages every day. And if you do the math, 365 days minus a leap year times 10 pages a day is 3,650 pages over the course of a year. And let's say books are about 200 pages each. Well, you're reading like 18 books within the year, if it's not a crazy 1,000-page novel. Either way, when's the last time you have read 18 books in a year? I have never done that, but I love his advice on how to consume a book 10 pages at a time, 10 pages a day. That makes it so exciting to try and doable that I'm embracing reading in a whole new way so I can learn and grow and be my best and learn from the best. The best of the best write books, so why shouldn't we read them? And the final letter is the letter S, and it stands for scribing. He kind of made a joke about having savers, life savers, as a acronym, because what would the S be? What does the S stand for? And scribing is an ancient word for journaling, writing things down. And it's so important to write out what's going on. It's important to speak, it's important to think, and it's important to write out our emotions, our feelings, to plan out our day, to prepare for what is ahead, and to memorialize or reflect on what has happened to us. Writing is such a therapeutic action. And even though some of us may not consider ourselves writers or people who keep journals very well, it's an important practice to maintain in any way you can. So if you are one of those creative types that can just write to your heart's content, then go get that blank journal and write and scribble and draw and get it out. And if you are like me, who loves to plan, loves to keep a calendar, I can keep a calendar way better than I can keep a journal. You might want to invest in the 5-second journal, and I will show it. I will show it on the screen. Because it is a productivity journal to try to get you kind of moving and have a purpose for your day. I also use a planner myself, but that is not necessarily a journal. So I appreciate the 5-second journal to get me to write and to think about my goals and my productivity for the day. The last thing I use is an app called the Gratitude Journal. And Hal recommends this app because you can take a picture of whatever happened that day or whatever memory you want to keep that day. And it takes 5 minutes to type in what you're grateful for, what you learned that day. In the morning and the evening, you check in with your journal. And it's really cool to look back over the months and see all the great memories that you're choosing to dwell on. And so those are the lifesavers. And I hope that it helps save your life. It helps give you a miracle morning. It helps you think about waking up early and taking advantage of the first part of your day so you can declutter your mind. It has helped me so much being able to forget what is behind and strive on towards what is ahead and really have a purpose and have a clarity and have a focus because there's space. I'm not filled with anxiety and fear and shame and guilt and anger and trying to get rid of the pride, little by little, humble pie. I'm instead filled with hope and joy and peace and love and positivity and courage with a K. That's why I'm doing this YouTube channel. Had I not started decluttering my heart and my mind a couple months prior to doing this, I don't think I would be able to start on January 1st, kbLIVEstyle. So take it from me, decluttering your mind and your body and your soul is so important. And that's the path that I've used to help me do it. I hope you can find a path that will help you because we all need to be healthy. And we all need to live our lives to the fullest. Why not, while you're here, have the best one you can have, right? So as a student and a disciple of these practices, my hope is that it becomes a lifestyle for me. And my dream is that it becomes an inspiration for you. And since this is a music channel, I wanted to share with you an original song. My song is called Unshakable. And this video footage is from back in the day when I was in my early 20s and I had some curls. But I hope you can enjoy the message because the message was a song that I wrote from my soul. And it's from my soul to your soul that I hope you can create that space and be clutter-free. Be courageous with a K. Subscribe. Put a comment below. Share it with your friends. We're going to move forward in life.
Simply made of clay, born in flesh to womanhood, and molded by your hands. I am a soul, gifted with your breath of life, yearning to do what is right, with the spirit made alive inside of me. Who am I ever to complain? You suffered loss so I may gain a glimpse of what I should hold beautiful and true. And like a seed you planted me along your picture perfect stream of faith and love and hopes that I'll be faithful to you. Unshakable, unbreakable. I am free, undeniable, indescribable is His love for me. I can stand my ground. No longer tossed and turned by waves of doubt. I am alive. I'm ready now to run my race. You're with me every step I take. Every step I take, you're with me. Who am I ever to complain? You suffered loss, so I may gain a glimpse of what I should hold beautiful and true. And like a seed, you planted me along your picture perfect stream of faith and love and hopes that I'll be faithful to you. Unshakable.